second half about to start up and begin any moment. Kevin Love really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Seemed like he made everything he got. I mean, anytime he had an open look, he took advantage of the opportunity there in that first half.
And Steve, they were all good looks. I mean, his shot selection has been terrific throughout the game.
Cleveland leading by 7. So the Pelican 5 right now. Gordon is the 2 with Evans playing small forward. Davis and Ashik patrol the paint. And it's Holiday in at the point guard. Now here's James. Hits the jump hook. LeBron's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Cavs.
He's so reliable. You know, his offense seems to be consistently there for this team.
You know, every year there are a handful of teams in the Eastern Conference that buck the trend against the West, and last year Cleveland was one of them.
And Kevin, as you said, most teams in the East struggled out of conference, but Cleveland was pretty solid against the West, and I think they'll be even better with LeBron.
Absolutely. Now here's Evans. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Yes, Kevin, Cavaliers head coach David Blatt, unknown here in the United States, but he spent the last 2 decades establishing himself as the premier coach in Europe. Last season, he led Maccabi Tel Aviv to an upset EuroLeague title. One GM described the team as, quote, outgunned at every position except coach. Kevin, it's been his dream to coach in the NBA.
And he consider him a genius-level coach. Doris, thanks. We'll see how he does. And that one's good. 24 points for Love.
3 consecutive baskets if they start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
Now here is Holiday. 8 points for him. The feed to Gordon. Evans outside. Back to Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Puts it up from 12. Blocked.
Well, the 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Here's Holiday. Dion Waiters making his last shot. Here's the screen. Gordon, the pass to Holiday. Outside Holiday. No good. Cleveland leading by 13. And here is Waiters. 8 points for him. Pass to Dellavedova. Dishes it to Love. The 9-foot shot. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got 3 assists now in this one. Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
You know, all coaches hate defensively when you give up easy points in the paint. That's inexcusable. So that's the reason for this timeout here.
I think it came down to the fact they were getting beat inside, and that's why the coach called timeout. They were not winning the battle inside.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for the Cavaliers. Pelicans trail by 15. Gordon dishes to Evans. Holiday against Irving. Evans kicks to Holiday. Rebound by Anderson Varejao. Varejau's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And they've been off target now on 3 of the first 4 shots they've taken in this second half.
Now here's Gordon after Dion Waiters' miss. Gordon with it. Guarded now by Irving. Here's Hasek. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
Cleveland leading by 13. LeBron passes to Irving. He's looking for Love and finds him from 17 feet out. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. There's the pass to Davis. Stolen by Varejao. Goes up. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Good aggressive finish on the break.
That's as easy a 2 points as you could ask for.
Pelicans trailed by 15.
Well, Anderson Varejao staying relatively healthy last season. That's to say he only missed 17 games. And that's a far cry from his previous 3 seasons where he played a total of just 81 games.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
New Orleans has gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. And that's Evans penetrating. Now Ashe. 6 on the shot clock. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And that's the right call, no question about it. It's one thing to play tough D and commit a hard foul, but it's another to risk hurting your opponent with contact like that.
Yeah, very easy to get knocked off balance and take a nasty tumble when you get slammed into like 2 shots. And Varejao, Steve, has shown flashes of all-star caliber production at the center position. It's been his injuries that have really held him back.
Yeah, it's good to see him able to remain on the court for most of the season. I mean, a tough year for the Cavs last year record-wise, but Varejao, for him, a step in the right direction health-wise.
No good on the second free throw.
Omer Asik in the poison pill year of his contract now, making about $15 million this season. That money scared off the Chicago Bulls, but Houston was able to find a taker in the New Orleans Pelicans.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Marion's checked in. Now here's Gordon. 14 points for him. And Holiday kicks to Gordon. Back to Holiday. There's a screen. And stolen by LeBron. Marion against Holiday. James. Cleveland moving it around. It's stolen by Davis. Holiday with it. He's got 8. Gordon, the pass to Ashe. Back to Gordon. Evans outside. On the wing, Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And blocked. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Smith checked in for North.
Russ Smith.
And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 15-5 run. And Ashe certainly a great defensive NBA center, Clark, but $15 million, that's a big chunk of change.
That is, especially as cap conscious as teams are now under the new CBA. He's in a contract year playing for his next contract now. If he does well, it's hard to believe, but his next contract might not be too far off from what he's making right now.
Evans against James. Marion setting the pick for James. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. James has got 11.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 5 assists in the game. The Cavaliers leading by 15. Outside Irving. Varejao with a screen on Holiday. There's the 3. And another 3 for Cleveland. The Pelicans have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. He kicks it to Smith. Here's Evans. 13 points in the game. Right wing. 6 on the shot clock. And the layup's good off the glass. Evans has got 15.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Tyreke Evans signed and traded to the Pelicans last season with a big 4-year, $44 million contract. Pretty big vote of confidence for a guy whose minutes have gone down every year after his phenomenal rookie season.
Thompson, he's checked in for Anderson Varejao. The Pelicans also changing it up. Anderson, he's checked in for Ashe. Salmons comes in for Tyreke Evans. And it's Austin Rivers in for Drew Holiday. And so here's Cleveland. Thompson outside. He dishes it to James. Just 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Salmons. Here's Rivers. And James.
So important to have good presence defensively inside.
And last season, some issues between Tyreke Evans and Coach Monty Williams. By the trade deadline, even rumored the Pelicans looking to trade him.
Yeah, I kind of heard those rumblings too. Evans expressed confusion about his role. Williams said that it had been an adjustment coaching him and criticized his mid-range game. The wires got crossed up and tangled a little bit, and hopefully they'll be able to get on the same page going forward.
2 on the clock. Nice shot by Smith.
You know, he's a little bit of an unknown commodity, Kevin. I mean, he may be able to use that to his advantage, sneak up on some folks.
Irving kicks to Waiters. On the wing, Marion. Waiters against Smith. And Dion Waiters, the bucket on the assist by Marion. That's 10 points for Dion Waiters. Pelicans trail by 16. Here's Smith. The putback and finished off by Davis.
Was there any doubt what he was going to do with that putback? Flush it down.
Oh, that's some energy we just witnessed right there.
That's the kind of energy you need on the offensive glass. That's the only way to get it done.
Now here's LeBron. 14 points for him. Baseline jumper, and he gets the bucket. LeBron's got 9 points here in the second half.
Had so much space there. The defense really not showing him the respect. You can see his eyes get wide.
Irving against Rivers. Davis sets a screen, and it's Salmons in the corner. Well, the Pelicans last season tried to make a push for the playoffs, but a slew of injuries really held them back.
But even at full strength, Kevin, this team was fighting for the 8th seed, still young and developing. You've got to give this group time to grow because I think they've got some nice pieces.
And you talk about giving the Pelicans time to grow as a young team. Ownership, they're not entirely content to do so. You remember at the 2013 draft, they traded away the 6th pick and this year's draft pick in exchange for Drew Holiday. So that's a win-now move.
And even though Drew Holiday was an all-star in 2013, he's still in his early 20s, relatively young, really young. We'll see in time how that trade pans out on talent, but certainly for Holiday, it's given him a chance to grow with this young roster.
Mike Miller's checked in for Waiters. Salmons hits them both.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
The Cavaliers leading by 14. Stolen by Rivers. And now here's Rivers, the fast break opportunity. And stolen by LeBron. Miller outside. Marion setting the pick for Miller. He feeds it to LeBron. Good. And Miller gets the assist. 19 points for LeBron. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And the other thing, guys, defensively, a great job of closing out and blocking shots.
And here's Smith after LeBron James hitting the 3. To the inside, and it's Thompson with the jam.
And the shooting percentage continues to climb, guys, here in the second half. They're on fire.
Steve, I like the collective focus since halftime. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
Now here's Rivers. And again, New Orleans has no luck. 1:22 left here in the third quarter. Here's Miller. Second chance shot. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. For Cleveland, they have gone 6 of 9 at the line.
At the line for 2.
And the first one drops.
The Cavs were an all-out mess last year, and a lot of that was because of their depth. They just did not have the punch off the bench to keep leads or bring them back into games.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland. Fredette, he's checked in for New Orleans. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Kicks to Anderson. Anderson a screen on LeBron. And here's Fredette for 3. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 6 rebounds in the game.
And with the Cavs, their score differential for their reserves really tells the story. Just way too many points given away when that second unit came onto the floor. Something they needed to address in the offseason, they did.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
And for the Cavs, depth certainly won't be an issue this time around. A lot of changes and growth for them, resulting in a much deeper and talented roster.
And, Kevin, people still underestimate the importance of having a strong bench. The Cavs really struggled with that last year, but with LeBron starting and pushing former starters to the bench, they'll be in a much stronger position.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
When you're hot, and that's certainly been the case for Thompson. 12 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And that may not be the first thing people notice about his performance, but those are important points nonetheless.
Now, here is Fredette. 7 points in the game. And again, New Orleans has no up.
Boy, they've really dominated on the glass, and of course they've done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Hey, Steve, rebounding always one of the key barometers in determining the victor.
There's the bucket. Good. 18 points for Kyrie Irving.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
New Orleans getting blanked from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Now here's Rivers. Davis setting the pick for Rivers. Looking to end the drought. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Well, and you'll take what you can from him from the foul line. A season ago, he shot in that low 60% range.
And, guys, that was an element of his game that he could not get turned around. I mean, he was really in a funk, and it lasted all season.
A free throw drops for Rivers. And Cleveland making a change here. He's off on the second. Here's Miller. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. Miller's got his second basket of the game.
Great-looking bounce pass to set up that play.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Cavaliers ahead. Right after this. Here's Rivers. Kevin Love out there with Mike Miller. Then it's Lucas. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Haywood in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Now, here is Fredette. Pass to Rivers. The three. Haywood with the rebound. Cleveland's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Feeds it to Dellavedova. Haywood dishes to Miller. No good with the triple. Now, here is Fredette. And here's Rivers. Salmon's a screen on Love. Now Rivers. 6 on the shot clock. There's the dish to Salmons. They grab their own miss. A nice shot by Rivers. Rivers has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Pelicans. The Cavaliers leading by 23. Lucas with it. Haywood with a screen on Rivers. Lucas kicks to Love. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
Now here's Rivers. Passes it to Salmons. Over to the left wing. Here's Fredette. From the low block. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Thomas checked in for Cleveland.
Malcolm Thomas.
Here's Salmons. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
This has been a one-sided affair.
Man, they've done a really nice job of extending their lead, Kevin.
Rivers against Lucas. Picked by Haywood. Dishes to Miller. Just 5 to shoot. Lucas inside. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. Fredette kicks to Withy. Salmons passes to Withy. Back to Salmons. Withy dishes to Salmons. And here's Fredette from beyond the arc.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Here's Dellavedova. He's guarded by Rivers. Now here's Lucas. And it's Miller penetrating. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. That's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
Now here's Rivers. Salmons kicks to Fredette. They set the pick. The feed to Ajinça. Down low. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Smith has checked in. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And here is Lucas. Haywood with a screen on Smith. Lucas kicks to Miller. Left side, Miller. Clock at 6. And there's the call on Salmons. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, guys, it seems like the league has been pretty forward-thinking, willing to embrace changes over time, always trying to improve the game. And I think, they actually changed the competition committee over the last couple of years. It used to be every general manager. Now it's made up of 3 owners, 3 general managers, 3 coaches, and a player, which I think is a much more manageable group to work with.
Haywood gets the bucket.
That sort of epitomized this game, guys. One team going all out, getting rebounds and putbacks, and the other team just dragging.
There's a screen. Fredette, the pass to Smith. Dishes it to Fredette. New Orleans And with that new NBA competition committee, the league was hoping to create a more nimble leadership group to consider various initiatives.
And, I think the culture of the NBA has been open to innovation and new things, new ways of doing things, new thinking, all in an effort to improve the game. And to me, that's what it's about.
And so it's New Orleans with it. After the Cavaliers pick up 3, Smith drives in, and the shot is good.
Russ Smith.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Dellavedova kicks to Lucas. Left side, Miller. Back to Lucas. Shot clock at 6. Dellavedova, good.
They've been getting way too many high percentage looks close to the basket, and I'll tell you what, when they're getting them, they're converting.
You know, the play in the paint, an aspect of this game that has gone entirely their way.
Now, here is Fredette. Pass to Smith. He kicks to Miller from outside the arc. It's good, the assist that time from Smith.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that three-pointer.
Now here's Lucas. He's guarded close. Haywood dishes to Miller. Lucas kicks to Dellavedova. And there's the pass to Miller. For the 3. Good.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
Now here is Fredette. He dishes it to Ajinça.
You look at NBA defenses now, more and more they're designed to deny points in the paint and three-pointers and concede long twos. That's the impact of analytics, because the numbers indicate the long two is the lowest percentage shot to take.
Here is Lucas. He feeds it to Dellavedova. Thomas a screen. Dellavedova, the pass to Miller. The shot no good. Smith with the defensive effort.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Here's the 3. And there's Miller. That's good on the assist by Fredette. Miller's got 6 points in the quarter. And you know, it seems players are starting to avoid those long twos early in the shot clock.
Yeah, and especially the elite scorers, becoming much more conscious about their shot selection. Last season, the top 5 scorers were more efficient than at any time since the ABA-NBA merger almost 4 decades ago.
Here's Smith following the score by Cleveland. There's a screen. Miller outside. Smith dishes to Miller. No good with the triple. The Cavaliers have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. And some solid looks for them. Lucas kicks to Dellavedova. Haywood with a screen on Smith. It's Miller on the wing. A 3-ball. And it's good, assisting on the play with Dellavedova.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
Now Fredette. Smith on the wing. Kicks it to Fredette. The 3. Here's Withy. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
At the line for the Pelicans, Jeff Whitney. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
It's such a treat to watch the game for a living. It doesn't stand still. It keeps evolving. And as we see the leadership changing hands, a new commissioner, new owners, I think that process will continue. And hopefully they'll strike that balance between preserving the tradition of the game while also continuing to attract new fans.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Marion's checked in. Good on both. You talk about the new team owners. More than 30%, Clark, of the league's teams have changed hands. I didn't know this since 2010.
I did not either, but again, as franchises grow in value, the owners are getting much more involved. And again, understanding the appreciation potential of this kind of asset. It's a bigger chunk of their portfolio now. It used to be owners were guys that kind of came through the basketball business somewhat. Didn't look at it as something that could be a viable asset, but now it's a big business play.
Cleveland's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Dellavedova kicks to Haywood. Pass to Dellavedova. On the wing, Marion. Salmon's covering. It's Marion with the drive. He used that pick to get in close.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
Now here's Rivers, and he makes good on the layup. Rivers has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, beautiful drive there, going right around the bigger man.
Here's Dellavedova. Haywood with a screen on Rivers. Picked by Haywood. It's Marion with the drive. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
He ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
Now here's Rivers. Tight defense on him.
Analytics has become a huge part of the NBA, and one element of that jumps out at me is basically the cameras that track every movement of every player and can provide info on when exactly a player gets tired to how much of their time on the floor they are actually running instead of standing around.
And so it's Cleveland with it, following the score by New Orleans. Turnaround Jay. Thomas passes to Marion. Dellavedova dishes to Marion. Feeds to Dellavedova. Marion outside. Here's Dellavedova. He's guarded by Rivers. Miller with a wide open look. Off target from three-point range. The Pelicans shooting about 47% here in the fourth.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Cavaliers.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for Love. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket just seems to be incredibly wide.
Well, with Pelicans head coach Monty Williams, it's about a defensive-minded approach. And because of that, he can't have been happy with the way his team allowed opponents to score last season. I'm guessing that'll be a key focus for them going forward.
Now, here is Smith. The dish to Rivers. There's the screen. Back to Smith. Banked in off the glass.
Boy, if they could have had this kind of run earlier in the game, it might have made a big difference.
You know, I think a big reason behind the run, Steve, is that they're not getting pressured as much by the defense now that the game's all but finished.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Marion, and it's good, assisting on the play with Dellavedova.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
And now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sounds.
Passes to Salmons. Out left to the wing. Now here's Rivers, guarded closely, and it's blocked by Haywood. Miller outside. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. LeBron, what have you discovered defensively that enabled you to win this ball game?
I mean, well, they broke us down still off the bounce. We want to do a better job of trying to keep our chest in front of them, but we did a really good job of contesting their shots, and it allowed us to get on the boards and get rebounds.
Perhaps not perfect, LeBron, but certainly good enough. Thank you so much. Kev, over to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Watt.